Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very well. I'm here with Charlie outside the King Power Stadium. Listen, 2-1 Chelsea. Not a great day, but a nice day for football nonetheless. 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take it, mate. Considering we had one win in our last 5 coming into this one, this could have been a tricky afternoon. You know, it's after the international break, lunchtime kickoff, couple players missing before the game, dreadful weather, and this could have been a potential banana skin. But you know, we put in a professional performance, we got the job done, we take the 3 points back, and we move on. You know, and you've got to be happy with that. Were there some aspects of the performance that weren't particularly good? Yes, absolutely. Should we have killed the game off when we were in the ascendancy in the first half? Yes. You know, if it was a better team and we gave up them chances are probably concede 1 or 2 goals in that first half. But that's all ifs and buts and maybes for another day. The fact is that those things didn't happen. They didn't take their opportunities, and you know, we made the most of what we had. We scored a brilliant goal through Jackson. Nice to see Enzo Fernandez get on the score sheet as well. I thought it was outstanding today. And overall, I think you've got to be happy with what you've seen today.
Are you happy with the conversion? Scoring the 2 goals, or do you think we should have got more?
We probably should have got more, mate. You know, I mean, there's no need really for Correa to be offside for that Madueke goal in the first half, and you could argue we perhaps should have had more. I mean, I don't know what happened with the Palmer and Madueke block shot on the line. Although to be honest, the defender maybe could have got back as well to block that. He was very close to it, but yeah, you would have liked to have seen us get a few more goals, make it a little bit more comfortable. Thank God we did get that second, by the way, after conceding that late penalty at the end, because we could have been having a very different conversation out here if we hadn't have done so.
100%. I mean, for me, I do feel like the Chelsea fans are starting to get some unity. I remember when we were here under Tuchel, and Leicester fans were in awe of our away support. I'm not going to say it was anywhere near like what we had then, but I do feel like with the momentum, you start to build this real belief within the fan base, but also the reality that we know we're not pushing for the title, even though we are up there with Man City and other teams. Where do you see Chelsea going at the moment?
Going up, mate, is the honest answer. We're heading in the right direction, mate. Away support was outstanding again today. Really good away end. It always is, mate. You know, I know we moan about the atmosphere at Stamford Bridge and it gets spoken about a lot. You cannot say the same about the away fans. Every single ground we've been to this season, even last season, mate, you know, the away fans always outstanding. They're absolutely brilliant today. Makes a big difference, mate. I was disappointed in that Leicester support today. There was nothing. Absolutely.
They just bang the drums, mate. What's going on? If I wanted a percussion lesson, I'd be down the road.
Mate, just banging the drums, and they made a little bit of noise about when they scored the penalty right at the end. Other than that, mate, there was nothing from them. But yeah, the fans are great.
So where would you rank the Leicester home support on a scale of, you know, best to worst in the Premier League?
Oh, I mean, it was pretty bad, this one. I mean, so far this season, it's really up there with West Ham at the London Stadium earlier. It was poor. But anyway, it just doesn't really matter. But poor fans, poor team, I suppose, at the moment. So you can understand that. It's hard to get up for it when you're watching stuff like that. But yeah, mate, Chelsea are on the up. There's a real sense of belief amongst the fan base right now. You can really feel that. You know, there's a togetherness amongst the fans. You know, you feel excited about coming to games. It wasn't long ago, mate. We were praying for international breaks. Now we can't wait for the game. Now we can't wait for the games to come because we're playing good football. There's a good vibe around the place. The players are invested. We've got a good manager on board. We're playing nice football, and we're picking up results to go with it as well.
Mate, even under Graham Potter, we got 3 points here. So I expected nothing less. I thought the performance was decent. I thought it was good. I completely agree with you in terms of the conversion. Probably should have scored 1 or 2 more. If we hadn't have conceded that goal as well, it would have been a perfect day. But defensively, I mean, I was happy with what I saw. Any players that stood out to you in that regard?
I thought Correa was outstanding again. Like, the guy is so good. I don't want to hear people talking about him as not a good player. You know, last season, at the back end of last season, he proved how good he was. He was outstanding at the Euros, and he's carried it into this campaign. You know, he's fast becoming one of the most important players. He's outstanding in that inverted role. He's good one-on-one defensively. He gets forward well. And at the end, you know, he was rightly applauded by the fans, you know, chanting his name and his song for a good couple of minutes. And fully deserved. I thought it was brilliant. Like, Badiashile as well was good today, by the way. Yeah. We didn't expect him to play. Obviously, we didn't know that Gusto was going to be missing through illness, and he come in and he did well. And it's good to see Maresca trusts him. You know, there was a briefing that came out that Chelsea still believe in him. They're looking, they still trust him and whatnot. And he repaid Maresca's trust today because he could have easily gone with Tosin. He went with Tosin at West Ham last time for final played at right back. But Badiashile has earned the trust of the manager. The manager clearly likes what he sees from him, and he put in a good performance today. And ultimately, I suppose when you look at it from a Chelsea perspective, there's far more upside in Badiashile than there is in Tosin. So you can understand, like,
How so?
in terms of in Chelsea's interests, like, because Badiashiel's only 23, Tosin's 26 going on 27, he might even be 27 now, there's not much upside with Tosin. Tosin's not going to get that much better. We know what Tosin's here for. Badiashiel could be here for the next 4 or 5 years, and he's got that ability and that talent. So if he can get back to playing regular football and showing what we've seen from him in the past, then there's a very good player there, and something that can be very useful for us. So I was really pleased for him as well today.
We talk about PR, which the club have done plenty of. A lot of PR for Robert Sanchez as well. The club saying they think he could be one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League, and they still believe. Was there anything today to show you that might be the case?
No, mate. Me or you could have played in goal today, mate. Can you tell me a save that he made? No, well, I can't think of a single one. Cannot think of a single one. And there's a couple of dodgy moments where you're thinking, like, mate, we're controlling this game. Don't do this pissing about stuff at the back. Just deal with it. Just get rid of it. Don't know why he's wasting time, but for time wasting with about 20 minutes to go, that was a little bit odd. But no, mate, it's nice not to speak about Sanchez after a game, and it's because he had nothing to do. So maybe that's what we need to do.
We found the solution.
We found the solution. Make sure that we don't give any chance to the opposition, so that Sanchez don't have to do anything, so that he can't make any mistakes. Maybe we've stumbled across a solution there. But yeah, no, he was fine today, mate, but massively helped by the fact that he didn't really have to make any saves.
Yeah, what about the midfield? Because I was quite impressed, to be fair, from Enzo Fernandez, a player that I've been quite critical of. But also, it's not just Fernandez. I just want to highlight that. It's the way he's played sometimes. And in fairness, he has been dropped to a pivot more recently. We remember Panathinaikos, and from there it hasn't really changed. But it was slightly different today, a little bit further to the right. Do you think that's a role that we should continue for him? And did you like the system as a whole?
Yeah, I thought the system was good today, given the personnel we're missing. Mate, Enzo Fernandez was outstanding. Rightfully named man of the match as well for his performance, goal and an assist. He was everywhere, mate. And this is what I don't understand about people. You can criticise him for certain things, and rightfully so, but it is lazy analysis, right? And just highlights that you've got zero footballing knowledge. And people say that, oh, this guy's not a good player. This guy's a top quality footballer. Yes, you can talk about, is he best suited, in whatever position? What does he bring to the team? Does him playing upset the balance? You can talk about all those things, fine, but don't come to me with this nonsense that this guy is not a good player, or this guy can't play in the Premier League, or he's not athletic enough to play in the Premier League. All utter nonsense. Just say you don't watch Enzo Fernandez and be done with it. Don't even bother entering that conversation. He was brilliant today. His range of passing, well taken goal, defended well, intercepting the ball, and this is the Enzo Fernandez that we know that we can see, and we just need to see that on a more regular basis. Now, was that helped by the fact that we were playing a pretty poor level of opposition? Yeah, quite possibly he was helped by that, but he goes to show that he can do it. He's going to be a very important player for us, and he will start a lot more games this season for sure. But he was absolutely brilliant today, mate. Really pleased with him, and he needed a performance like that because people were starting to get on his back.
So do you think we should carry that into the Villa game then and replace Lavia, for example, with Fernandez? You'd be happy with that?
I'd be happy with that, mate. Let's put it this way: we've got two great options in there. Caicedo's going to play, we know that. We've got two great options in there, and Enzo or Lavia. I'm happy with either or, mate. Yeah, I think Enzo.
Maybe a game by game. You've got to adjust to who you're playing.
It could be a game by game basis. If it was Liverpool away next, would you play Enzo Fernandez? Maybe you'd be a little bit inclined not to. But mate, I'm happy either way. Enzo probably should start against Villa on the back of this performance. But mate, I'm more than happy, and I'd be interested to see what midfield combination starts on Thursday night in the Conference League as well.
Just to finish off on Madueke, and if we look on the other side with Felix as well. I mean, talk about those two, and then I think we can already agree that Jackson was fantastic. Another goal. Not too much more to say unless you want to bring something up.
No, mate, outstanding goal from Jackson today as well, by the way. That's what we've been looking for, like a bit of a physical presence at the top end of the pitch. So he's physical up there. He doesn't give up on the ball. He pushes him down, I think it's Wout Faes, he closes him down. And the finish is outstanding, mate. And that's all you want from your centre forward. There was a report in The Athletic the other day that came out that Chelsea believe that Jackson's one of the top 3 strikers in the Premier League. And the Jackson disrespect is something I'm sick of as well, I know he's getting a bit more credit this season, and rightfully so. It's 7 Premier League goals this season, 4 assists. He got an assist today. That's 11 goal contributions in 12 matches this season. What more can you want from me? And you look at strikers in the Premier League, right? You've got Erling Haaland out on his own, but in terms of all-round complete strikers in every aspect of the game, mate, he's right up there. I couldn't name you a better one. Is Ollie Watkins an overall better striker than Nicholas Jackson? Maybe at finishing, but is he better than him as an overall package? No, he's not, in my opinion. You can reel all these guys off, and you say, you can talk about all the strikers, and whatnot, but actually, if you're really honest with yourselves, how many are better than Nicholas Jackson as an overall package? And there's not many, and he proved that again today with a well-taken goal. And his stats back up his performances and show why he deserves to be leading the line for us, and that's why he started every single game this season, and why Nkunku at the moment is getting poverty minutes. But in terms of obviously Madueke and Felix briefly, I thought Felix done all right, to be fair. Some good moments of quality on the ball. Worked very hard defensively for the team, which is something that's been, levelled at him, that he's not really a team player, but he showed that particularly in the first half. But it wasn't bad, but there wasn't anything, nothing particularly outstanding from him. Madueke, Maresca's obviously a massive fan of him. He started every game this season except for the first one against Man City. There were some good moments, some not so good moments. He felt a bit wasteful with his end product at times, but the gaffer clearly likes him, and he's obviously going to keep playing. So, I personally would have put him on the bench today, and I wonder if he would have been benched if Neto was available, or whether they would have just left Felix on the bench like normal. But I need to see a bit more from Madueke, but he's obviously a valuable member of the squad. He has played well this season, but this wasn't amazing from him. But it's probably a little bit better than what we saw before the international break.
Thank you so much, mate. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, mate.